Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Celtics Mr. here coming at you with a brand new video on New Year's Eve. So happy New Year to everyone. Before we get going in this video, I hope that you had a wonderful year to the best of your ability, and I hope that you have an even better year in 2025. So without further ado, let's go and get into it. So before I get further into this video, you should be taking time out to read the disclaimer again of the video to understand what's going on this channel at all times. If you did not do that, please go back and do so we're on the same page. So that said, let's get into this video. All right. Looking at coin market cap today, the market is down currently 0.03%, which is nothing. That's very good. You know, when you're looking at what we've been going through for this pretty much the whole month of December. And the fear and greed index is down to 48, which is looking even better because you want to have fear in the market because a lot of people are going to start believing the FUD. They're going to start panic selling. And that's going to allow these institutions and everything to come back in and swoop up everything at a huge discount and pump the market back up. Especially after, you know, these are the retail sellers like myself, yourself, and then you got the institutions and governments. They all sold their positions, took profits for whatever case, and they taking profits for it. Could be for tax reasons or, you know, making sure that the shareholders were getting their fair share of what they selling the holdings for, like such as BlackRock with the Bitcoin ETFs in the stock market. So when people were selling their Bitcoin ETF positions, BlackRock is having to sell Bitcoin or Ethereum as well to be able to pay the shareholders, right? So now we've gotten that all out of the way. That was a major contribution towards the market coming down. People getting out of their positions. Now they're going to start getting back into those positions as well. So now what's going on in the market right now at this moment? Well, as we already know, Bitcoin was going up in this ascending channel for quite some time, right? And it was really before it even got to this point. Bitcoin was just going up since like September. It did not show any signs of slowing down. So we got to the point to where the Bitcoin had to make a correction. And it did that, you know, so especially after the announcement of the Fed rate interest cuts. So we all thought that the market's going to continue to pump, but Jerome Powell got on stage and started speaking, contradicting himself. Market dumped, right? So we got to that position. So we see where we at right here on the daily. Let's go right here to the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, and you can see that Bitcoin has been consolidating ever since it made that downward turn down here. And it's been consolidating, going sideways. It's made multiple attempts to dip down lower than this level. But the thing that I had constantly been saying, that 90,000 to 92,000 zone is going to be a big zone to look out for. Because if Bitcoin gets beneath $90,000, then yeah, it can drop down to like $86,000 easily at that moment. Because there is no other resistance there until $86,000. But yesterday it tried multiple times yesterday and it did not succeed. So the buyers was able to set their buy limits pretty much at that 91,500 area, and it shot the market back up. Then they tried to dump it right back again and failed again. So now what's going on? We look at the 1-hour chart. We had a scenario yesterday where it created a double bottom here. Okay, so we got the double bottom, and what does that normally mean? It means that normally that is about to go back up. The price action is going back up, and that's what we've been saying so far today. Bitcoin is now currently at 94,550, and you know, and I don't want it to get about to $97,000, and I'm explaining why here in a moment. Okay, but when you look at what's going on in the liquidation chart right now, this is on the Binance. Let's go down to the Bitcoin. This is on the 1 day. Actually, let me refresh the screen, make sure this is good to go, because the prices move all the time, right? So we can see that we got a massive amount of volume on the longs now compared to the shorts on a 1 day. Okay, so that right there has been happening constantly daily. It's been flip-flopping on the 1 day chart for Bitcoin liquidation map. So we go right to the 7 day, we can still see that there's more volume in shorts compared to long positions over here. Okay, and then we go to the 30 day, see the same thing. It's still the same right there. So the 1 day is the only thing that has flipped so far, and it's been doing that back and forth, you know, on a 1-day chart. So we go up here now. Let's go to liquidations. Let's see what's going on. Right now, the shorts are getting wrecked on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. So that's letting you know what's going on, and it's like the momentum is starting to shift. And really, it's due to the fact that, you know, these people that sold all their positions, they're starting to come back into the market now, to re-entering back into those positions that they sold for whatever reason that they decided to sell, and they're starting to buy everything back up again, and it's starting to move the market back up. Now, New Year, I mean, today we don't have too much of a news announcement. We got these two medium risk announcements right here, and they can move the market slightly, but not too much. Okay, we don't have too much to really worry about with these two news announcements, so good to go there. Something that, you know, people have not been talking about when you're looking at the like the YouTubers, the crypto finance YouTubers, they created a whole lot of fear for no reason at all. It's like they're not connected to what's going on with real world scenarios. Like I was explaining multiple times already, you have companies, you have retail retail investors take profit for whatever reason. And also, you know, this is what happens at the end of every year. So when you look at the stock market, what the stock market and the cryptocurrency market has been following the same trend, going down, you know, ever since mid-December, right? And that's due to people just selling their positions, taking profit, tax reasons, whatever the case may be. And that's what happens every single year. So that's something that many of these finance, you know, crypto YouTubers never fail to mention. And I mentioned it in my last video that right there is the case. And there were so many people talking about, you know, they're shorting, and it's just like, why are you shorting the market? I understand if you want to be able to take advantage of swing trades or something like that. But when you're right there on YouTube saying, oh, the market's going to keep going down to 86,000, 75,000, and there's no valid reason for you to support that theory, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, you want to base it off what the past performance, which we always say in the trading market, you know, you cannot look at past performance and, you know, to guarantee future results. So past performance is not indicative of future gains. So when the same thing applies here to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is way more centralized than ever before. When you got all these governments, banks, and financial institutions buying up Bitcoin by the thousands and hundreds of thousands at a time, it is way more centralized now. So Bitcoin can be manipulated in a way that has never been manipulated in the past ever before. Okay, so now you get over here to the altcoins. So this is everything excluding Bitcoin, and you can see it's starting to, you know, fall that trend up as well. You know, so you look at this. Let's go to the 1 hour real quick, see if it created that same double bottom here. Yeah, it did create the same double bottom, and now it's starting to move up as well. And we want Bitcoin to finish up this month negative, and the reason being, when you come back over here, let's go back to trading view, and we're going to switch this over to the Bitcoin chart real quick. All right, and it's going to be let me see, make sure I type that all in. So we got the all-time history index right here, right? So now let me go and switch this over to what would I do? Was it 1 month? Let's try 1 month. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough, but we'll see. We will see. Let me try to get this better. Let's go to where is the I guess 3 months. I don't know. I'm trying to get this right so that way we can see everything. Yeah, let's go back to 1 month. I think I need to leave it on 1 month and just make it smaller. There we go. All right. So when you look at these green boxes, these were the bull run cycles, right? So I want to go ahead and start with the first bull run that Bitcoin ever had, and we're going to take a look at why we want Bitcoin to finish up this month, you know, negative, pretty much. Now, the first bull run it was slightly different because Bitcoin was not, you know, massively adopted like it is today and like it was going forward. But, you know, you want to look at it. And so you want to look at the first month. You can't really see it there. Let me try to blow it up some more. But it was a red candlestick right there for that month, right? And then after that, it was green, 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 green. Then we had 2 losing months in a row, and then Bitcoin ended up pumping up to new all-time highs eventually. And so when you go forward to the second bull run, and you can see here, this right here was a losing month. Then what happened the very next month? It pumped up to new all-time highs. That next month we had a losing month. What happened the very next month? All-time highs. Month after that, all-time highs. And you see it kept going all the way up to new all-time highs. Then we had the third losing month during this cycle, lost. And what happened? All-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. And then eventually went into went into the bear run. So then you get to the third cycle. So had the first losing month. What happened the very next month? All-time highs. Then went up to all-time highs again. Losing month, all-time highs, all-time highs. And you see the trend. So that last month, it was a losing month candle, but it got up to all-time highs before it dumped. And then, so some people will still say that this right here is part of the bull run. But I said the bull run was over at this time right here due to the massive dump that happened right after, this month right here after it got to new all-time highs. Although it got up higher up here, but, pretty much the momentum was already gone. I don't know what happened here to cause this to go back up like this, but it went on another bear run at that time. And then, so we're looking at this current trend, the current bull run cycle. Currently, we are in a losing month. So we don't want Bitcoin to have this as a winning month. Go ahead and get the first losing month out the way. So that way, January, possibly February, March can go new all-time highs for Bitcoin. And that's also going to help the altcoin market pump as well. And that's probably going to start the altcoin season. Okay. So we want Bitcoin to finish up less than $97,000 pretty much. 96,000 today will be very good because that's going to guarantee that we're going to have a losing month for Bitcoin. And then we go into the month of January and it'll probably start dipping to start the new year and everything like that. New start, new fresh ideas and all that type of stuff. So uncertainty, all that type of stuff for the new year. People are going to probably end up selling some positions, take some more profits, whatever the case may be. And then it's going to end up going on a massive run. You got a new administration coming in for the United States. Doesn't matter how you feel about it or anything like that. It's happening regardless. And stability is needed. So when you got a change of administration, the election happened. It causes massive pump. And now we're dealing with the uncertainty and people taking profit and all that type of stuff. And then when a new administration comes in, it's going to bring back a stability to the markets. And we can just go ahead and go about our business at that moment. Okay. So what we've been looking at for pretty much every bull run cycle, we've been looking at like 2 to 3 losing months. And maybe even 4, depending on how long you want to look at the bull run cycle. Right. And we need to have those correction months. So that way the market can correct and we can continue to go on with another massive pump for new all-time highs and continue to do what we need to do as far as our targets, our financial target goals and everything like that. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing. And a lot of people were really sold yesterday, day before, that Bitcoin was going to drop all the way down here. Just like, it was just ridiculous. Like, you got to let Bitcoin test the most important zone first, which is $90,000 to $92,000 first. That was the most important zone, because when you're looking at the liquidation heat map here, let's see if it's still there. Yeah, so it's pretty much still here. When we was looking at liquidation heat map, we saw that this right here, 95,500, what was a major zone as well. So we already knew that 90,000 was going to be the absolute last price target to be able to help Bitcoin reject and go back up. But it's just like we got to get through all of this right here, this buy pressure first, in order for Bitcoin to get down to this point. So if it didn't get down to this point, then it's not going to get down there. And that's what I was looking at. That's what some of us was actually looking at as well. I have no idea where people was getting the idea that Bitcoin is going down to $75,000, $50,000, $60,000. I have no idea. It's just like you can listen to some of these finance crypto YouTubers and just creating a whole lot of FUD on, in the market. 86,000 is next. It's just like, you got to get through the first zone first in order for you to say it's going down to $86,000. So bad predictions on that part, and just clickbait titles and everything like that. I don't do any of that. I give it to you honestly, to to the best of my ability, and don't claim that I know everything, and just show you what it is that I'm looking at this current moment. I don't try to make any predictions. I just like focus on one thing at a time. And so many crypto finance YouTubers try to do way too much, and it just really exposes them in the end. And I'm not talking like trash about them, anything like that. It's just that we got to clean up the space to give right clarity and content to everyone, so that way they just make their own decisions. Don't be trying to influence people to do something that you're doing as well, just because you want something to happen. I want the market to go down so I can buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price. What's stopping you from buying Bitcoin at a cheaper price, at the price right now? When you look at, let's go right here to, let's see, like MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy bought 2,138 Bitcoin for $209 million at an average price of $97,837 per coin. And you got people, I want Bitcoin to go down to 70,000, 50,000 because I could buy it cheaper. Then MicroStrategy is not thinking about that. BlackRock and all these other companies and governments, they're not thinking about that. El Salvador keep buying up more Bitcoin. So why is it that you feel like you need the price of Bitcoin and all these other cryptos to go down so much? What is stopping you from DCAing right now? So it don't make any sense to me. People just want the market to collapse constantly and everything like that. I guess they want the doomsday to happen so they can be right. Doesn't make any sense to me. Just stupidity. So thing is, what we're seeing right now, we're seeing starting to see, I think, the beginnings of a market rally, and we get into New Year's Day, and that's when these companies and Wall Street gonna come back to work. They're going to start opening up positions again, and the volume's going to come back to the market, and we're going to be able to see a massive return of the gains that we're pretty much in floating losses on right now with our long positions. So that right there wraps up what I want to talk about in this video, going over what I see in the market right here on New Year's Eve. Right now is looking pretty good, looking much better than what it did yesterday, when it really did dip down to that almost $91,500, and then that it was able to reject it back up, and then they try to dump it right back again. Just like all of a sudden just try to dump it right back again, and they failed again. And so now we can see that double bottom got formed. We can see the potential of the markets following the trend back up, and hopefully challenging that $100,000 zone sometime after New Year. And we can try to look for new all-time highs after Bitcoin gets up past the $100,000 price mark. Okay, so that right there wraps up what I want to talk about. I'm actually using Pionex cryptocurrency exchange to do my trading with. They also offer free trading bots and copy trading opportunities. It is a regulated exchange. It's not available in the states of Georgia, Alaska, and New York. Also, it's not available in the country of the UK due to the cryptocurrency license and regulation issues in those regions. So if you interested in joining, I have my link down in the description of this video, as well as in the comment section. If you heard of Pionex from someone else, please get back to that person, use their referral link, create your account, do your KYC, make your first deposit, and trade how you see fit. Okay, this is a top 40 cryptocurrency exchange. It's been around since 2019. So I absolutely enjoy their services, and so especially for international people, we got a lot of different products that we can use here in Pionex. I love it. All right, so that right there is all to say. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.